We got some things to talk about here if I can fight with this dog. Lay down. I'm not talking to you, sir. Anytime you talk, or I'm doing a video, period, he has to be like right up in everybody's business. But, guys, I'm sorry about the audio over a while. I've got a mixer board and stuff. And a great microphone, as you can see, that I'm going to start breaking out and using. Tonight we will be talking about, let me get my board here, so I've got something that I keep everything down with. Haunted locations, guys. There are haunted locations all over the world. But here in the state of Kentucky, one that is notorious is Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, skunk, what's going on? But Waverly Hills Sanatorium started out as a tuberculosis hospital back in the early 1900s, I think, to like 1950s, 60s. It was used for that, and then it kind of converted over to a sanatorium, half hospital, half mental institution, basically. Most haunted areas are the children's area, which is up on the top floor, the morgue, and what is known as the body chute, where they would take persons that have died down to hearse to be taken off to funeral homes to be fixed up and stuff to be shown to their family and friends. On the children's floors, there's like balls that move, voices, children laughing, shadow figures. There is a little ball up there that is notorious to move even with no airflow coming into the building. I'd love to go to Waverly, to be honest, skunk. It's like on my bucket list. I still haven't given that up either, so I'm hoping one day to get there. My sister has been there quite a bit, and she's talked about going. And there's also in Tennessee a prison over there that they've closed down that they do investigations and stuff in. I'd like to go over and check that place out. It'd be pretty cool. Okay, in the body chute, voices, EVPs have been caught. Shadow figures. Could you imagine how many bodies has went down the body chute? They're estimating thousands. And that's crazy. And, that's their last trip, is out of the hospital and off to the funeral home. It's kind of sad. There is another place. We have a pizzeria inside morgue of an old hospital here. I refuse to step foot in that place, but I heard there's paranormal activity that goes on in the men's room there. Wow, that's cool. Go check it out, bro. You got skunk ape, man. Skunk apes are huge, hairy, and mean. But that would be a pretty cool place to check out. There's also a place up north of here that is Octagon Hall, and it is notoriously haunted. There's been multiple television shows that have been shot there, YouTubers that do paranormal activity and stuff like that. And guys, I apologize ahead of time. I'm using my phone's cell service tonight to go live. I hope it isn't too bad. And I hope this microphone's actually working and you're not getting the background of my fan so much. No way, dude. I've haunted blow up dolls in my closet that I refuse to let out. gosh, skunk, you're nuts. Haunted blow up dolls, that's hilarious. You're a nut. I like you, skunk. I appreciate you coming in and stuff. Yeah, they have like normal visiting hours and stuff there, but they will allow you to come in and do investigations and stuff there, which is pretty cool. That's when it's close to home. I wanted to go to Bob Mackey's, but they've torn Bob Mackey's down, and they're like redoing the whole place and stuff. And I guess they don't realize that that's not going to get rid of the haunting. That's liable to make it worse with construction going on the land, because I don't think that it was the building itself that was haunted. I believe that Bob Mackey's was the land there, which was haunted. I know someone who lives in an old funeral home in Wallens, just down the road here from me, and she's seen things in there. I mean, I'll go to the pizzeria if I'm in the area. My problem is the only time I'm in the area is where I have doctor's appointments, and I'm pressed for time. I heard that. But if you ever get a chance and you want to go check it out, just go to Google, get the information and stuff. And it should show you times when they do visiting, because they'll do like so many people at a time, which is a pretty cool place. I love all these old places. Up 75, there's a fort up there. And you can go in and stuff and check out. Last time we went there, they were closed, but it was like in the off season. It was kind of cold. Here in Harlem, where I live, there's a couple notorious haunted places. Red Dog Road, or Red Dog Holler, which is over in Fairview. It's up on the mountain. The mountainside up across from the Harlan City School. Red Dog Road has a notorious tale, which is kind of sad in a way. Supposedly, a woman would wait for her husband on Red Dog Road after he would get out of the coal mines and walk with him home and stuff. She'd bring him food and things like that, and he would eat on their way walking back down the road and stuff. He loved his wife dearly, and she got to missing quite often and stuff, and things was said to him about her talking to another man and stuff and being awful friendly. And he got out of work early one night and snuck down to this big rock on the side of the road where she would sit and wait on him to get off work. And in a fit of rage, he had went back home, and the next came back up, and next he just, before you knowed it, he had killed this guy, shot him and killed him, and killed her. And the story goes that if you go up there, right by the rock, there's a place where you can turn around, and if you sit there in your car and look up the mountainside, you'll see a lamp coming down off the hillside. And it's supposed to be his carbide light that he used in the mines, and it will run. And I've actually physically seen the leaves moving, coming towards me, and it wasn't a rock. They stopped right at the top of the hill, and we've seen the light up on the mountainside multiple times, which is really creepy. Skunk Ape says Appalachia has a lot of history and haunted history. I would have a blast up there. Yes, we do. All the way up to the top, just all the way from north to the south, running through so many different states, the whole of Appalachia. You can get on the Appalachia Trail in Georgia and go all the way up to like England or Maine, somewhere up through there, all the way to the end of the United States. It's crazy. Harlan Courthouse. Harlan Courthouse has a crazy history, folks. There have been multiple shootouts with sheriffs over the years in the early 1900s in the courthouse. and a young man by the name of Manzo Shepard killed a taxi driver up on Pine Mountain. And when they brought him to trial, the guy's brother, or a cousin one, shot Manzo in the courtroom during his court case. Manzo is said to haunt the courtroom at the courthouse. This is the old courthouse. We have the Justice Center, which is the newer one, and then we have the old courthouse. But it's the old courthouse. There's multiple shadow figures over the years has been seen. All just crazy things have happened in the courthouse. EVPs have been caught with Manzo actually saying his name and stuff. So that's crazy. And we got our locals, our little local myths and legends. One being the Sack Man. Sack Man, what is that you say? Sack Man, I believe, was just something that was made up to scare kids. Back when I was younger and I was a kid, to get us to stay in the yard and not go out of the yard and stuff and go into the mountainside and get into trouble, our grandmother would tell us the Hat Man or the Sack Man would get us. The Sack Man was supposedly a man who was really mean to people and especially kids, and he would steal kids and stuff and take them and beat them. Sit down, son. Sit down. Sorry y'all have to listen to me discipline my son here tonight. You can see him there. And sorry you guys had to see the background here. All the vitamins and stuff. That's weight loss surgery for you. You have to take vitamins the rest of your life. That's the only sucky thing about the whole experience. But anyway, Sack Man. If you get out the yard, supposedly he will steal you, stuff you in a sack, and you'd never be seen again. The Hat Man. Hat Man is supposed to be kind of like the same thing. A person who was been mean to, and kids and people and animals, and when kids are mean, he supposedly sneaks up and behind you and takes off with you. Yeah, exactly, but he wears a hat. Exactly right, Skunk. It's supposed to be slender and stuff like that. And then, of course, we've got Bigfoot sightings and stuff. I personally have seen... No! I'm sorry, guys. I should have locked him in his kennel. Get down. Get down. 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 Let me get my son associate switched here. Sorry, guys. Sit down. Sit down. No, you can't have the microphone. Are you going to talk? And tell everybody hi? Tell Skunk, say hi, Skunk Ape. He's going to boop it with his nose. It's fuzzy. He wants it. You can't have that. No. But like I said, I personally have seen something that literally scared the piss out of me. And I'm almost 6'1", 257 pounds. I'm not scared of nothing. I'm a straight up country boy. I've seen all kinds of things in these woods that you can't quite explain. Will you get kids? But that is I got vitamins and stuff falling on me, guys. That vitamin E wants me to take one. But yeah, he's rotten. He is spoiled rotten. I love him to death, though. He's the sweetest little thing. He constantly wants to be loved on. That's what's wrong with him right now. He's mad because I'm giving someone else attention and not giving him attention. Go in there and get mommy. Go in there and bug mommy for a few minutes. He's got his bone here. He brought it to me. Get him the little like rawhide treats with the chicken jerky around them. He loves them. He'll sit and eat. And get him like a big beef bone. Or I think it was a pork bone like a couple weeks ago. And they're dehydrated. And man, they're like brittle and stuff. He went to town on that. He's bringing it back over here again. But sorry about that. But yeah, he's rotten. I love him to death. That's Daddy's boy right there. I've got Bella. She's 16. She's a chug. And she's laying over there on the floor on her bed right now, sleeping. She's not doing too good. She's in the process of leaving me, I think. She was with me when my first wife passed away. Now, if you're going to lay on me, I want you to be still, okay? Oreos, Ororos. You can go in the bedroom and go to Mommy. Mama's back there in the bedroom. He don't like it. Oh, he's going to go back there and see Mama. But like I was saying, I've seen things in these woods, man, and this literally scared the piss out of me, and I was shook up over it. My wife had died September 2019, 30th, 2019, and this was in January 2020, so it was like months later, and I don't know if it happened because I was in a certain frame of mind, I was, but I actually seen this thing. I thought it was a cinnamon bear. Black bears in this area, when they lose pigment in their hair follicles, they look a reddish brown, and that's the reason why they call them cinnamon bears. And I seen it at the bottom of the hill, and I kicked my walking stick by accident, and it hit the ground. When it did, this thing stood up, and then it kind of turned its head just a little bit like this, but it was the hole from the waist slightly, so like it was pointing an ear to me to where it could hear me. And then all of a sudden, I was thinking, I need to run, and as I was thinking that, this thing took off running. It ran down the gully from me so flipping fast, and the muscles on this thing, the calf muscles, are humongous. But it was crazy. It was scary too. It really was, because I'd been looking for these things for years, man, and just... Bob Gimlin told me one time, you keep looking for these things, eventually they'll find you. And I don't know if it was just kind of a weird situation, the frame of mind and stuff I was in, and then, seeing that thing, and, yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy. It shook me up. I come home, was shaking like crazy, and it was a bad deal. Back in the 80s, down the road here, 4 or 5 miles, in an area around Path Fork, Kentucky, there was supposedly a werewolf sighting. This guy was driving through there, and he said it had pointed ears. He said it was tall, it was black, and it was walking through a cow field. Well, in the same area is notorious for Bigfoot sightings. They'll walk right straight across the highway. There's been truck drivers, FedEx workers, UPS, Postal Service workers that drive back and forth. This main highway from here to Middlesboro is known as US 119. And the guy said that it was walking upright, and he said it was a werewolf. He said like something out of a movie. A guy had seen a Bigfoot walk in front of him there right before you get to Santa's place, which is an old little shop and stuff. It used to be down here that was open year round, where you could get like Christmas stuff and everything. Sounds like an Ernie Shell werewolf sighting to me. Yeah, it was a skirm wolf. That's what we'll nickname it. Skirm wolf. Instead of werewolf, it's skirm wolf. Yeah, me and Jimbo's talked about bringing PCW back, Premier Championship Wrestling, for a couple of shows. Anybody in the area, state of Kentucky, or close by, if you guys want to, you read my mind. Sound like Ernie. Hello, Princess Ice. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Sounds like a plan to me. But yeah, we're hoping some of you folks can come and enjoy the show, meet us in person, hang out with us. As soon as we get details together and stuff, and get ready to start promoting and all that good stuff, then we'll spread the news out for you guys, and hopefully we can get to see some of you all. But yeah, the werewolf sighting, the Bigfoot, there was a trucker who came through there, and he says it was walking from left to the right going across where the cows were at. And he said there was cows laying down and cows standing up, and they just watched it as he watched it walk through the field to the river. So I'm thinking the multiple sightings in that area has to be like a freeway for these freaky things. And it's not just been one or two sightings. There's been multiple sightings over the years, like 10 to 15 sightings since the 70s. But yeah, the werewolf thing kind of threw me off a little bit when the guy said it had ears on top of its head and it was pointing its ears and stuff. And I don't know, folks. There's a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, if there's Bigfoot, then there has to be werewolf thingies. Dogman. I know they say Dogman is kind of like canine-like. It has paws that are like a raccoon's. Their fingers are longer, but there's paws, and the prints and stuff will be humongous. Speaking of Bigfoots, I have a cast of the Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot that I will be auctioning off, and it will be, let's see right here, that's like a size of 18. I've got to put some sealant on it and stuff. It's starting to get dry, and I don't want it to start cracking. It's got a teeny tiny crack in it, and I don't want it to get no worse. Sit down, son. I thought you went through there to aggravate your mama. But hopefully we can get this auctioned off. Bid a start at $50 because these things are expensive if you try to get one on Amazon. The thing about this is from the original casting. They just made a silicone cast so they could produce some of those. And just so happened one of my friend, who's Thomas Markham, who runs thecryptocrew.com, you ought to check that out. That's a plug for Thomas. Thecryptocrew.com. There's all kinds of sighting reports from all over the United States. There's videos on there. There's interviews. There used to be some of my old podcasts on there, Ninja of the Woods, which was my first podcast I had, and I worked with Thomas. Guys, sorry about the angle here. Get down, son. Down. Get down. Lord have mercy. Children, I'm telling you. Lay down. Gotta get stern with him sometimes. I hate even talking loud to him, but sometimes that's the only thing he'll listen. He's bringing me bones. He's mad because I'm not paying no attention to him. And it's always when I get on here is when he wants to go crazy and don't want me, like, talking to anyone or anything like that. But I'm thinking about doing a convention with All Things Unknown. Me and Jimbo's even talk about doing a wrestling convention here in Harlan. We've got some great things planned, guys, coming up this year that we want to do. My Haints Hills and Hollers Fest, which will be a celebration of our culture here in the mountains, mixed with our myths, legends, folklore, and scary stories with UFOs and stuff. Speaking of UFOs, there's been multiple UFO sightings in the past 3 years here in Harlan. Thomas even had one back years ago. He had kind of like a video or a picture he showed me one time, and it was like a silver cylinder. This is back before drones were even thought about being popular. This has been like 12 years ago or longer. Maybe even longer than that. They had a movie rental place on down the road that they had seen one night. I've even seen something in the night sky. Me, my first wife, her cousins, and some other kids from the neighborhood. One summer night, we was outside at the park out here, and just so happened to look up, and I seen it moving. And the first thought comes to my mind, well, that's just a satellite, but it was moving way too fast, and it was really bright. And then all of a sudden, it stopped. And when it stopped for a little bit, it moved some more, and then it stopped again. And then on the third time it moved, it shot in a straight line and came to a dead stop, like very quick. And in the night sky, that's a lot of area. Even if you're just holding your fingers up and it moves that far, that's a lot of area to move something to move that fast. And that kind of tripped me out there for, no, son! Oh, Lord have mercy, I'm going to have to start locking him up. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Yeah, you can lay down between Daddy's legs there. Lay down. Well, that's enough. But, yeah, I've witnessed some crazy things. There's a lot of things goes on in the mountains that everyday people don't see. But I don't want to keep people on here real long tonight. I don't know if Jimbo will be going live tonight or not. Get down! I've got his little buzzy necklace on him. It buzzes and stuff when you hit the remote. But he's stubborn-headed. It's also got a shock feature on there, but I don't like shocking him too much. There's been a couple times I've had to where he was just like literally aggravating the crap out of me. But usually he just gets punished. He gets locked up for a little bit in his cage. What I call his puppy prison. Over there by the TV. He don't care too much about that. He hates it, really, to be honest. But I know a lot of people, when they first see me, they see how I am. High voice and stuff like that until they actually see me. You know, I was a professional wrestler at one time. I done hardcore matches. I'm one of the toughest people you'll probably ever come across, to be honest. And that's not boasting. That's not having a big head. It's truth. I can take a lot of pain. But yeah, I've also been a firefighter. I was a volunteer firefighter for like 13 years for the city of Harlan. And then wrestling and firefighting was like my deal. It was the thing that I done for years in my younger years. But yeah. But folks, thank you all for coming here. If you'll go to the Turnbuckle Times page and give us a sub so we can get up to at least 50 subscribers so we can start going live, me and Jimbo plan on doing a wrestling podcast for everybody. Going over history, cool things about wrestlers that you didn't know. And I'm going to start keeping up with the wrestling and stuff again going on and stuff, and giving events and stuff and our opinions on wrestlers today. You never know, if we can get the page going and get some podcasts going, we could do a live one at one of our wrestling events. But I want to thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me, Skunk Ape, Princess Ice. Thank you so much. The third person I don't see, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for the likes. But that is all for tonight, guys. I thank you all so much. Join me. Let's see what is today. Join me Saturday night at 9 p.m. and we'll have a War Room podcast. What anybody wants to talk about, whether it's life, wrestling, ghost, digging a hole, chopping down a tree, it doesn't matter. We'll have some fun. Big shout out to the Stan fam and Jimbo Collins, my boy, country boy. Thank y'all for the support. Guys, I love each and every one of y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week and an awesome weekend coming up. And a very Merry Christmas, and God bless each and every one of you. I love you guys. Peace out.